Alright, Sunday. We have lots to talk about. But before that, I want to kindly remind you that this is the final day to get your Twitch drops. So if you want a free outfit, make sure to watch any participating Guild Wars 2 streamer for 6 hours total. Now, this week we received the final update for Secrets of the Obscure with a new story, tier 2 legendary armor, a new fractal, convergence CMs and more. Last week I made a video specifically talking about how I thought the new convergence CM and tier 2 Obsidian Armor might have an impact on Unstable Kryptis Motivations. Turns out I was right. Their price spiked from around 8 gold to over 10 right now and remains rather volatile. Depending on the time of day, you might be able to sell them anywhere from 10 to 11 gold. If you want to farm these, you could farm tier 2 and 3 rifts. When using motivations, I get about 1 per 9, although people in my squad have mentioned they get less when they aren't using any themselves. Keep in mind that crafting motivations is rather expensive, so you might still be better off tagging along and settling for less unstable ones. If you do farm rifts, you'll get a boatload of essences, which you can use to craft common, uncommon or rare Kryptis motivations. All 3 are as profitable as ever. So if you don't mind some good old grinding, farming rifts is still a great thing to do. If you have a surplus of essences, but you don't necessarily want to craft stuff, you can also now spend them on other expansions currencies at the new vendor or with the new gizmo. So definitely go and unlock that new Wayfinder mastery. In the intro, I mentioned that crafting legendary items is becoming expensive, and there's multiple reasons for that. One of them is the current price of globs of Ectoplasm. I was prepared to talk about how crazy it is that they're above 35 silver now, but as of last night, we've officially hit 38. Luckily, there are tons of ways to get these yourselves, either through farming or by processing unidentified gear. I made videos on both, so make sure to check the pinned comment. Last week, I also mentioned that the price of unidentified gear wasn't the main point of the video, but rather the supply and demand graphs. Well, this still holds true today. Blue unidentified gear finally dipped under the 1 silver mark as the supply keeps rising while demand is lukewarm at best. Green unidentified gear supply on the other hand took a hit yesterday, causing another price spike. This, to my knowledge, is still one of the favorite ways of acquiring Ectos for people who have an endless upgrade extractor and don't shy away from using macros. Yellow units demand has fallen by a solid 20%, but with Ectos being worth so much, I could see the price still going up for a bit. Keep in mind that a piece of rare unidentified gear has about a 75% chance of yielding one. The good news is that correctly processing gear will not only yield Ectos but also charms and symbols, which have been going through a bit of a journey of their own. While the weekly graphs don't look all that special, the monthly tells a different story. Overall, they're still worth more than enough to go through the effort of extracting them from your gear before salvaging. And speaking about extracting, I notice more and more opportunities for the Endless Upgrade Extractor or Blackline Salvage Kits. Superior Sigil of Force is worth way more than any of the weapons containing this rather pricey sigil, and Sigils of Doom and Luck could become good money makers if you order a bunch of nests and Grim Pacts, while listing the resulting upgrade. New updates usually mean an uptick in price for some of the most commonly used materials, and this holds true for tier 6. Piles of crystalline dust are of course mostly linked to globs of ectoplasm, but the other materials have been more in demand lately as well, while most of their supply has gone down over the week. Upgrading them from their tier 5 counterparts is now incredibly profitable, putting the value of a single spirit shard easily above 1 gold. So if you have an excess of spirit shards, you might want to spend some to make use of this opportunity. Another reason why crafting legendary items is so expensive is the price of mystic coins. You need these for clovers, or even worse, you need a stack of these and clovers for a generation 2 weapon. Since the Wizard's Vault update, we've seen them dip below 2 gold again, which was to be expected with a lot of people going for the quick gold. So if you need them, you might want to consider stocking up some. And lastly, in 1.5 weeks, Dragon Bash will make its yearly reappearance. Pieces of Zaitafi have already been slowly climbing back up, but they're nowhere near last year's peak. No guarantees they will be, but I'm gonna stock up now as I still have a ton of rewards I want to unlock that I missed in the previous years. Anyways, that's Sunday for you. I'll be live later on Twitch and YouTube, but for now I'm gonna go outside and touch some grass.